They were once the sweethearts of the screen, bright-eyed, unforgettable, adored by millions.
And who's that pretty girl?
Jennifer.
Who's Jennifer?
My sister.
That's right. Who's that?
Alex.
Who is Alex?
Alex is king.
But behind the scenes, some were unraveling.
She was like, let's be Bonnie and Clyde.
You said that?
Yeah. I was like, okay.
One vanished into psychosis, another picked up a weapon, and one shot his own mother.
Hey, that's what's up. Appreciate it. All right, man. Go ahead and slide right
All right,
there.
thank you.
And we'll get you up there, okay?
Okay.
This is child actors who took a violent turn after fame. What happens when the child everyone adored becomes someone haunted by his own fame? Picture suburban Colorado at night. Neon signs flicker as Brian Bonsall, once Andy Keaton on Family Ties, spirals into chaos after the spotlight fades. Bonsall admits it was almost a competition of who can be crazier, describing a toxic relationship that led to his 2007 arrest for a domestic incident. This marked the start of a troubled period, with substance abuse and run-ins with the law.
And who's that pretty girl?
Jennifer.
Who's Jennifer?
My sister.
That's right. Who's that?
Alex.
Who is Alex?
Alex is king.
But Bonsall's nightmare took a bizarre turn. Nathan Loeb, a con artist, stole his identity, going so far as to tattoo himself to look like Brian. Loeb used this disguise to deceive women across the country, convincing them they were dating the former child star. The guilt weighed heavily on Bonsall, who took the case to the FBI. Loeb was ultimately sentenced to 274 years in prison for his crimes.
It is bizarre. We ran them on National Crime Information Center, and when that comes back with other agencies looking at them, and then the whole story gets put together.
Now sober, a father, and fronting a band, Bonsall carries the scars of fame gone wrong, but also the hope of a second act. Remember the boy who flew through time with an alien spaceship? In 1986, 12-year-old Joey Kramer lit up Flight of the Navigator with wonder. But as the applause faded, so did his stability. Early fame gave way to addiction and homelessness. By his late teens, Kramer faced arrests for drugs, fraud, and even careless firearm storage in 2008.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm David. I live here.
Think you had the wrong house, dear.
Then came April 28, 2016. A scruffy man in disguise storms a Scotiabank in Sechelt, BC, demanding cash before fleeing. The RCMP, already familiar with him, soon arrested Kramer, now 42, charging him with robbery, disguise, fleeing police, and dangerous driving. Desperate and spiraling from heroin addiction, he reportedly sought rehab behind bars. By August, he was sentenced to nearly 2 years and probation, bound to treatment. Emerging from darkness, Kramer's journey is retraced in the 2020 documentary Life After the Navigator, a story of stardom, struggle, and survival. What happens when the boy next door becomes the headline? Picture a quiet Torrance police station parking lot in January 2016. Fluorescents flickering, sirens echoing. Orlando Brown, once Eddie on That's So Raven, sat wild-eyed in a car as police closed in. Drug-fueled paranoia years in the making had cracked his Disney kid veneer. Officers reportedly found a meth pipe under his seat.
I have
Thanks
not
for protecting me.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for protecting me.
I appreciate you here.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's what's up. Appreciate it. All right, man. Go ahead and slide right
All right,
there.
thank you.
And we'll get you up there, okay?
Okay.
Charged with domestic battery, obstruction, and meth possession, Brown's spiral was just beginning. In 2022, he was arrested in Ohio after allegedly threatening a relative with a knife and hammer. Between rehab stints, bizarre public outbursts, and tattoos of former co-stars, Brown's adulthood has been a storm of chaos. Reports point to mental health struggles intertwined with addiction, further fueling his erratic behavior. No longer the bright-eyed sitcom star, he's a man in free fall, fighting demons that fame once helped him hide. What drives a beloved child star to armed robbery? Picture late February 1991, Las Vegas. Neon lights flicker over a video store's worn carpet. A woman in dark sunglasses and a hat points a pellet gun at the clerk, demanding cash. The clerk freezes, then recognizes her, Kimberly Drummond from Different Strokes, real name Dana Plato.
What's your name?
Kimberly Drummond.
What do you do?
Ice skate.
Where are you going?
To the Olympics.
Down the hatch.
All right.
At 26, Plato's career was in ruins. Addicted to alcohol and drugs, she'd moved to Vegas, scraping by in low-wage jobs. Desperate, she robbed the store for $160. Minutes later, she returned to the scene and was arrested after the clerk identified her. Vegas entertainer Wayne Newton posted her bail. Plato received a suspended 6-year sentence and probation, but a year later she was jailed for forging a prescription.
I'm tired of it.
You're tired of the whole thing?
I'm tired of defending my character everywhere I go.
Despite rehab, relapses followed. On May 8, 1999, while visiting her fiancé's family in Oklahoma, Plato died of a prescription drug overdose at 34. Her tragic fall from teen idol to tragedy remains a cautionary tale. How does a galaxy-far-away hero crash into real-world danger? Picture the summer of 2015. Blue lights flashing on Interstate 95. A black sedan tearing past at over 100 miles per hour. Behind the wheel was Jake Lloyd, once young Anakin Skywalker, now fleeing police in a 25-mile chase that ended in a wooded ditch. At 26, Lloyd failed to stop at a red light, ignored sirens, and triggered a cross-county pursuit. He was charged with reckless driving, resisting arrest, and driving without a license. After about 10 months in jail, his mother's pleas for help led officials to transfer him to psychiatric care in April 2016, following a diagnosis of schizophrenia. Lloyd spent 18 months in inpatient rehab, focusing on recovery and reconnecting with family. The boy who once carried us to the stars is now grounded, fighting for his mind with his family by his side. How does a beloved teen hero become a real-life threat? Picture Los Angeles, April 2015. Night air tense, sirens wailing. Jeremy Jackson, once the sun-drenched face of Baywatch as Hobie Buchanan, was arrested after a violent altercation. Police say Jackson stabbed a man multiple times, later claiming self-defense during what he described as an attempted robbery. He pleaded no contest, receiving 270 days in jail and 5 years probation.
I'm calm and control holding this guy. This is something I do every day, and I just want everybody to stop tweaking out.
Okay.
And she's like, oh my God, stop it, you're killing him! Ah! It's a funny image I will never get out of my head. I'm not killing this guy, I'm trying to protect myself.
Behind the headlines, the descent was years in the making. Childhood fame, spiraling addictions to meth, steroids and alcohol, and repeated run-ins with the law. Once a teenage idol, Jackson now battles demons that no lifeguard tower could save him from. How does a young star's everyday life explode into unthinkable violence? Picture a quiet Squamish townhouse on March 31st, 2020, a woman playing piano, then a single gunshot. Ryan Grantham, known for Diary of a Wimpy Kid and as Jeffrey Augustine in Riverdale, had just shot his mother, Barbara Waite, in the back of the head. He filmed the aftermath with a GoPro, confessing to the camera.
He's extremely remorseful for his actions, and he's doing everything he possibly can to make amends for them.
The next day, Grantham packed his car with guns, ammunition, and Molotov cocktails, intending to drive to Ottawa to kill Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He turned back, considered a mass shooting at his university, but ultimately surrendered at a Vancouver police station.
What appears to have happened is Ryan Grantham experiencing a sort of a downward spiral of mental health and depression, self-loathing.
Psychiatric reports revealed Grantham was suffering from major depression, cannabis use disorder, and violent urges, believing he was sparing his mother from witnessing the violence he planned. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and received a life sentence with parole ineligibility for 14 years. He is now undergoing psychiatric treatment in a prison hospital. What if the boy next door became a real threat at midnight? Picture Myrtle Beach, January 1st, 2025, a quiet evening shattered by sirens. Police rushed to Monarch Drive, finding Zachary Ty Bryan, Brad Taylor from Home Improvement, now 43, accused of choking and punching a woman he shares a child with, leaving her gasping for air and fearing for her life. This marks his third domestic violence arrest in 18 months.
No, I'm not here to incriminate her. I'm here to, she's the mother of my children.
Right, Zach, and I understand that,
Okay.
But what do you expect me to do with that information?
I don't know, man. But what I will tell you is that she's the mother of my children, and I will never hurt her.
Bryan's legal troubles began in 2020 when he pleaded guilty to assault and menacing after strangling his then-girlfriend in Oregon, earning probation and mandatory intervention. In July 2023, he was arrested again for domestic violence, pleading guilty to felony assault.
Right now, on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober, 10 being blackout drunk, where do you put yourself on that scale?
Probably still like a 5 or 6.
2024 brought 2 DUI arrests in California and Oklahoma, adding to a record that could land him in prison. Released on a $10,000 bond, the former teen idol's mugshot now overshadows his fame, as headlines chronicle a downward spiral fame couldn't protect him from. What turns an innocent sitcom kid into the center of a murder trial? Stockton, California, August 2011. Outside Chativa's Bar and Grill, DJ Daniels, once beloved as young Michael on the Huleys, is swept into a deadly late-night brawl. One man, John Joseph Lewis, is killed, 2 others wounded. Witnesses report gang chants echoing through the chaos.
How long was the trial before the jury verdict?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Damn. 5 days a week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Took 2 months because of whole Christmas and stuff. We did it in November and December.
Daniels, with co-defendants Marcus McClyman and Duane Nunley, faces charges of premeditated murder, attempted murder, and street terrorism, his future hanging in the balance. In a dramatic courtroom moment, his TV dad D.L. Hewley steps forward as a character witness, standing by the young actor he once called son.
I knew what it was past that. There were all these subtexts playing, you know, Hollywood kid goes bad, and, black. So it was all that stuff playing. So it was a very precarious position. But I can say this, and it's not, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or flip, but because that prosecutor was so craven and obvious.
By December 2012, Daniels was acquitted of all charges. McClyman alone was convicted of voluntary manslaughter. Now reinvented as rapper Boy Truth, Daniels wears his past in his tattoos, a childhood lost in the glare of violence and fame. Once they were symbols of wonder. Now their names are linked to tragedy, trauma, and violence. How does a child star beloved by millions become the center of a criminal headline? Was it the pressure, the isolation, or something far darker that fame couldn't fix? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story gripped you, there's more where that came from. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Thank you for watching.